Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Today we are going to take a look at my planner needs worksheet for really the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026. And we're just going to talk about this worksheet and how I use it and what I use it for. So this is a blank copy. This is my planner needs worksheet for the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. How do I use this? I use this as a planner reflection. This is the thing, guys. We are coming up to planner season really fast. It usually starts in October, but it's starting earlier and earlier every year. And planner season is just when all the companies, I'm talking everybody you can think of, starts to put out their planners for the next year. So this is when you're going to start seeing 2026 planners. I would say in September all the way through December, but really kind of October-ish is the sweet spot. And you're going to get bombarded with all types. I'm talking planners from everybody. Walmart planners, Target planners, small shop planners, Happy planners, Franklin Covey planners. Any company that is a company that can make a planner is going to make a planner and be advertising it during this time. So it's just really important for me to have a good grasp on what I need in a planner before I hit that season. And that helps me control what I buy and what my expectation is. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to want all of it, right? I love planning, and I am the type of person where I will buy 4 or 5 planners in a month because I want them all. I want everything that I see. But I'm trying to be better at not buying everything that I see and only buying what works for me and having an approach that fits my planner needs. So in order to do that, I need to know what my planner needs are. So that's where this worksheet helps. I will let you know that this worksheet will be available as a freebie for my channel members. I am rolling out channel memberships. I'm excited about it. And this is going to be the first freebie for my channel members. So it will be linked down below. Okay, so it also comes with the planner reviews worksheets as well, which are just quads. And I've not started to use these yet. I will probably do a video on doing planner reviews because this is going to be a multi-video process. What is that process? I've alluded to it. The process is figuring out how my planners worked for me in 2025, what changes I need to make, what do I need to look for in the new planners that are being released, and what I may potentially buy. So it's reflection. It's reflection time. Let's walk through my reflection. And I hope, hopefully this will help you guys do your own reflection, because it's really important to focus on what your needs are instead of what somebody else tells you what your needs are. My needs are not your needs, and your needs are not mine. I can get ideas from looking at content creators and other people online, but at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you. So taking some time and reflecting, so important. All right, the first thing I do is I write down what needs do I have? What are my planner needs? And what I mean by that is, what do I need to plan in my life? What do I need to write down? What do I need to track? Why do I need to track those things? So for me, budget and finance is like number one. If I didn't have any other planner ever, I would need to have a budget planner, period, end of story. I need to track and monitor my budget and my finances. Beyond that is like my small business and work planning, because that takes up a large part of my time. I know in the planning community, I see a ton of people who don't work 9-to-5 jobs. And that's no shade with me saying that, because God knows I wish I didn't work a 9-to-5 job, but I do. And so work planning is really important for me because it takes up the majority of my week. But it's really interesting because I work 9-to-5. I have a corporate job. I don't do my work schedule in a Happy Planner or any other paper planner. I have have to do my work schedule online, Microsoft Outlook, Google Calendar, whatever the case may be, so that other people can schedule my time, and people can see my time. So I don't really have the option of doing, a full work planner on a paper planner. That would not make sense for me. And I just noticed a lot of people who don't work in 9 to 5, I never really, well, why would they though, right? But I don't see a lot of examples of people having to like balance that with keeping paper planners and also like their 9 to 5 work planner. And maybe they do. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. But for me, that's actually pretty important, because I do have a small business as well. I have a genealogy business. I do content planning for Planning by Eva. So I have a lot going on with work. So I need to somehow keep track of my focus areas, right? My weekly focus areas and what type of work I'm doing and when I'm doing it. I don't need an appointment calendar for my 9 to 5. I have that somewhere else. But that weekly focus area, that's really important for me. And then, of course, content planning and just managing my small business. I need that. I also need to do a much better job at tracking my physical health and even planning physical health activities. Same with mental and emotional well-being. I just need to do a better job with that. And that's something I want to do. I have not been successful at it. I'll be really transparent. I have some great inserts. I've tried different things. Nothing has worked. So, but it's a need of mine. It is a very, very, very important need. And I need to try to figure out a way to make that work. Reading tracking. I read a lot. And it's important to me that I track my reading and I journal. Just personally. I just like to do it. It's something that gives me joy. So that's important in my planner needs. Goals. I have a lot of goals and I'm usually really good at meeting goals, but I've struggled to focus on goals for the past few years. So having some type of goals tracking or planning or something in my system is really, really important. And then specialty topics. I'm the type of person where if I get an idea, I want to come and do a project plan for it, or I want to write something down. Because at the end of the day, I am a planner. I am a list person. Whether I decorate or not, I plan any and everything. So I love having specialty pages and little pages to plan 1 or 2 things. I love that. So I need a place to keep up with those specialty topics. Also, I need a place to keep up with my travel plans. I don't have kids. I travel a lot on the weekend, and I have trips that I take during the year. So kind of planning my travel and a place to keep up with those plans is something that I really need. And I put this into my system at the beginning of the summer, and I've actually really enjoyed it. Okay, so those are the things that I personally need with my planning. And these aren't necessarily one-to-one with a planner. It's more about the type of content that I need to plan. I might do more than one thing in one planner, but I need to represent the type of content here. Okay, so let's talk about what worked well and where I struggled for 2025. What worked well for me? Weekly planning. Weekly planning worked out really well. I did a good job planning in my catch-all, my work planner, my content planner on a weekly basis. It works. I am a weekly planning person. Daily planning, not so much. Daily tracking, no. I don't have time to do it. It just doesn't work for me. Simple layouts and minimal tasks. This worked well for me. When I simplified a process, simplified a layout, I was much more likely to do it, and I got more joy out of it. So that worked well for me. Limiting my planners and sections. This kind of rolls right out of that simplify. I had a lot of planners when I started out the year, and I slowly took planners out of my planner stack because it was giving me more stress then I need it. So making sure the planners that I use have a purpose and they fit within my time frame, and same with my sections. Not just having sections because I saw other people have sections in their planner, and I felt like I needed it. No, ma'am. I need to focus on what sections are important to me. Insert sections, like if you're franken planning and stuff like that. So limiting those things so that it is accessible and achievable to me on a monthly basis. Dashboards worked well for me. I am a dashboard girl, up and down. That has not changed. I don't think that will ever change. I like monthly dashboards. I like weekly dashboards. I love dashboards. And so when I set up my planners for the end of 2025 and going into 2026, you're probably going to see an overflow of dashboards in all my sections because I like dashboards, especially a really good monthly dashboard. It helps me to get my thoughts together at the beginning of the month. And sometimes all I look at is a dashboard. The last 3 bullet points here are the layouts that really worked for me. The vertical and hourly in my work planner. Hey, you just thumbs up all the way. I will not be changing that. I was way more productive when I went to the vertical and the hourly. It just helped me so much. And so I will be staying with that. The parenting layout was a success for me this year, and I will be continuing that in 2026. And then finally, custom inserts for everything else. When I customized my inserts, I was way more excited about using them, and I was more likely to use them. And it fit the need that I had very explicitly. And so those are the things that worked well. Where did I struggle? This year, I really struggled. I struggled with goal setting and tracking. I just did. I think I had way too much going on with goal setting. It was too complicated. I was keeping track of goals in 5 or 6 different places, but they were the same goals. It was just a mess. And so I need to get that. I need to streamline that. Well-being tracking, did not do well with this. I just didn't follow through. And I think I was asking myself to do too much every day. So I need to kind of analyze what I want that to look like in 2026 and 2020 and the end of 2025. Doing too much. I've said that a couple of times. I think I was just doing too much. In my inserts, in my process, I just need to minimize, simplify, streamline. Same thing with complex systems. This really got me on my goals. If I have too much going, if the system is too much for me to do, I'm not going to do anything. So I need to just simplify. Too many planners. I've already talked about that. I need to figure out a way to do the tasks and the actions I need to do weekly and monthly without having a planner for everything. Sometimes it doesn't need a new planner. It just needs maybe a new section or a few inserts here or there. Daily tracking and notes. I can't do anything daily. Period. End of story. I have way too much going on. I cannot be trying to go in and update my Aura ring every day. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't be trying to journal every day. I just can't. Some people can. I don't have the time to do it. And when I put that expectation on myself, I start to feel like I'm failing. And so this is a no for me. Improvements for 2026. I've kind of talked about these things. Simplify my planning processes. Stick with minimal and flexible layouts. When I had flexibility with labeling things and decorating or to not decorate, and I kept it very minimal, I felt better about my planning. It just appeals to me. Consider inserts versus planners. That's, talking to that issue of too many planners. Not everything needs to have its own separate planner. Okay, and I got to be better at realizing what those things are. A perfect example of that is a goals planner. I don't need a separate goals planner. I need to figure out where I'm going to keep track of my goals and how I'm going to do that, but I do not need a separate goals planner for it. monthly and weekly tracking as appropriate. So 2026, I am definitely going to focus on monthly dashboards and weekly dashboards and tracking at that level. Daily tracking is not going to be happening. Streamlining goals, I gave you an example of that. I need to streamline my goals and how I organize those for 2026. So this is the main use of this worksheet. I know I kind of went through that really fast, but I just want to again say the reason I go through this is so that I am not overwhelmed when planner season hits and everybody starts listing all their planners. You start going to Target and there's like big planner sections everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be prepared so that I don't just buy just because everybody else is buying. I'm actually being intentional about what I buy, which is my word of the year, by the way. So this is helping me. On the back side of this page is really just a dot grid, right? It's just a dot grid. So you can use that however you want. What I decided to do on the back was to go through and list my active planners. And this has changed a lot in 2025. I think I started off the year with more than this. And like I said, I've slowly taken planners out and replaced planners because it was just too overwhelming. But I decided to list my current active planners, the inserts that I feel like I need to have somewhere. I don't know yet which planners they're going to be in. I'm just listing what worked for me in 2026. And I'm also listing the layouts that worked for me, or 2025. I'm also listing the layouts that worked for me in 2025. And then I have a section of what I need to acquire for 2026. So quickly going through this, I separated my planners into core planners, specialty planners, and journals. I currently have 3 core planners: a work planner, a catch-all, and a reading planner. And then I guess I'll add my budget planner to this because that is a core planner for me. So 4, right? So I have 4 core planners: budget, reading, catch-all, and work planner. They will still be my core planners in 2026. After that comes my specialty planners. I have my mental health planner, my home planner, and my career book. I have to say, I have not used this mental health planner at all. That will not be a planner I use weekly, maybe monthly, but I don't see myself using it even weekly in 2026. Having that mental health planner gave me more anxiety than if I didn't have it because I wasn't using it. And so I need to avoid that. A home planner I will keep, but I don't use this really at all. This is more of a planner that I keep that information stored somewhere. It's where I have things like my warranty information, my insurance information. I don't look at that every week or every month. I pull this out when I need to access that information. My career book is an active planner. Right now, it will stay active for the rest of 2025. I think what I liked about writing this list is that right now, what I feel like is at any one time, I shouldn't have more than one specialty planner. And this is for me. This is for me. Keep in mind, this is for me and my well-being. Because once I start making specialty planners for everything, it gets to be overwhelming. So I think I need to limit myself to one specialty planner based on my needs at that time. Okay, because the reality is, let's say I need a career book, I need a goals planner, I need a mental health planner. The reality is, for me, I am not going to have time to work in all 3 of those planners that particular quarter. I'm just not. So it would be better for me to say, for this quarter, I'm going to focus on my career book. And that's the only specialty planner I'm going to have. For next quarter, I might focus on my mental health planner. And that's the only specialty planner I'm going to have. I think that's how I'm going to adjust this. Because trying to have everything all at once was way too much. And then in my journal, I keep a personal bullet journal. I never really decorate it on this channel. Sometimes I do a flip through of it, rarely. This, I think I'm going to phase out for the end of 2025. I might pick it back up in 2026, but I need to phase it out for the end of 2025. The inserts that I've been using that I still need to use include my pre-planning, my goals, my spiritual, my well-being, my creative space, which I call my planner joy, my leisure and explore, which includes my travel and specialty sheets, and my projects section, which is a new section. So those still work well. I may need to shift where they are, what planners they live in, but they still work very, very well for me. And I intend to keep that. The layouts that worked best for me, I've spoken a little bit about this. The vertical and hourly for my work section. The parenting for my catch-all. My custom inserts worked great. And my monthly and weekly dashboards. I also use the quad a lot for content planning. The quad is so versatile. I use it any and everywhere I can because it's more of like an extra page to me, but it's so versatile and I love it because of its versatility. All right. With all those things being said and the reflection that I did, what I have decided for 2026, or I should say what I am going to look for in releases that are coming in the end of 2025, what I need as I start planning my inserts that I'm going to make and planners I'm going to buy. I need a vertical. Now, transparently, I have a vertical that I can use for 2026. I have several. Right? But I like Kelva Plan's vertical because of the quality of her paper. I am going to see what her 2026 planners look like. If I like the styling of it, I'll buy one. If not, I'll just stick with the vertical I already have for 2026. So what I love about doing this is that I know what I already have in my stash and I don't feel pressured to buy anything. If I like what I see, I will buy it because I love the quality of her planners. But if I don't like what I see, I'm just going to use what I already have. Hourly, I am going to have to buy an hourly because I do not want to make an hourly layout. Period. End of story. I went back and forth on that. I just don't want the hassle. I will buy an hourly. It will probably be Happy Planner. Probably their productivity layout because I like that better than just a straight hourly. Parenting, I already have it. They don't have any more right now. The parenting layout goes to the middle of 2026. So I will keep using that. And if they come out with another one next year, I will get it. If not, I'll probably recreate the inserts and just make my own. Custom inserts. All of my inserts are probably going to be custom. Right? Because I'm not going to buy all that stuff separately and I can make it on my own. And I've already made most of these and they work perfectly. So there's no need for me to start buying something that I don't need to buy. And I like making my own inserts. I think I make great inserts, guys. They're very useful. They're usually organized very well. It's something that I enjoy doing and I like, and they look great. So I will continue doing that. I actually considered making every insert for all my planners for 2026, but I don't think I want the hassle. I just don't want the hassle of doing that when I have some supplies that I need to use and work through already. But the day will come when I do that. So right now I'm going to make every planner custom except my work planner and my catch-all. Basically is what that boils down to. My reading planner will be custom. My budget planner will be custom. Career book is custom created. Home planner is custom created. Mental health, it would be custom created, but I did buy a mental health planner, so I'm just going to leave that as is. All of my inserts are custom created. Goals, faith, well-being, planner joy, leisure and explore, projects, they're all custom made inserts. So super excited about those. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Please keep in mind, I am making these inserts available to channel members. So if you are interested in joining the channel, then go ahead and click the link down below. I am so excited to launch channel memberships. I can't wait to build a strong community around this channel. So thank you so much for watching it, and I hope you have a happy week planning.